Beauty and the Beast. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a young prince in a beautiful castle. Although he had everything he could ever want, luxurious clothes, delicious food, grand halls, he was selfish, rude, and unkind. One stormy night, an old beggar woman came to the castle and offered him a single red rose in return for shelter from the cold. Disgusted by her appearance, the prince cruelly turned her away. Suddenly, the old woman transformed into a beautiful and powerful enchantress. She revealed that the prince had a cold heart and needed to learn compassion. As punishment, she cast a spell over him, turning him into a terrible beast, and she enchanted the castle and everyone inside. His servants were transformed into living household objects, candlesticks, teapots, clocks, and more. The enchantress left behind the rose as a warning. It would bloom until his 21st birthday. If the beast could learn to love someone and earn their love in return before the last petal fell, the spell would be broken. If not, he would remain a beast forever. Years passed, and the beast became hopeless, believing no one could ever love someone as hideous as him. Meanwhile, in a small village not far away, lived a smart and adventurous girl named Belle. She loved reading books and always dreamed of a life filled with magic and adventure. While other villagers found her odd, Belle didn't care. She lived with her loving father, Maurice, an inventor. One day, Maurice got lost on the way to a fair and stumbled upon the enchanted castle. When he entered looking for help, the beast found him and locked him in the dungeon for trespassing. Back in the village, Belle grew worried when her father didn't return. She followed his trail into the forest and discovered the mysterious castle. There, she met the enchanted objects: Lumière the candelabra, Cogsworth the clock, Mrs. Potts the teapot, and her son Chip the teacup. They told Belle what happened and helped her find Maurice. Belle made a brave decision. She offered to take her father's place as prisoner. The beast agreed. At first, Belle was frightened and angry. The beast was rude and impatient, but over time something began to change. The enchanted servants hoped Belle could break the spell. Lumière arranged a beautiful dinner for her, "Be Our Guest," with singing and dancing. Belle began to see a different side of the beast, a softer, kinder side. He gave her a beautiful library, shared meals with her, and learned to be more gentle. Meanwhile, in the village, a boastful and arrogant man named Gaston was determined to marry Belle. When she refused again and again, he grew jealous. When he learned that Belle was staying with a terrifying beast, he planned to attack the castle and destroy him. Back at the castle, Belle and the beast began to fall in love. One snowy evening, they danced together in the ballroom, and something magical happened. They looked into each other's eyes and realized their feelings had changed. But then Belle saw in a magic mirror that her father was lost and sick in the woods. The beast let her go to help him, even though it broke his heart. This act of kindness showed how much he had truly changed. When Belle returned to the village with her father, Gaston stirred the townspeople into a panic. He claimed the beast was dangerous and led a mob to attack the castle. A great battle broke out at the castle. The enchanted servants defended their home, while Gaston found the beast on a rooftop. The beast, heartbroken from Belle's absence, didn't fight back, but when he saw Belle return, he found the strength to fight. Gaston stabbed the beast, but then fell from the roof to his own doom. Belle rushed to the beast, crying, telling him she loved him, just before the last petal fell. Suddenly, the spell was broken. The beast transformed back into a handsome prince. The castle returned to its original beauty, and all the enchanted objects became human again. Belle and the prince embraced, and joy returned to the land. They lived happily ever after, in a castle where love, kindness, and magic would forever reign. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel for more magical stories every week.